Hey.
Hey, it's me, not running a game.
Yeah, look.
We get to see your face.
Uh, yeah. So today we're gonna play Glitter Hearts, but that's all I'm gonna say because this isn't my show anymore.
It's mine.
Hey!
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this game of magical girls that go wrong. Um, Content warning up at the top, right quick. Elements of body horror and emotional trauma will be hyper prevalent in this game. So if you have a problem with any of that, probably best to duck out now. Um, my name is Lily. I have somehow wrangled these four friends of mine into participating in a game of Glitter Hearts with me, which is a game I'm very excited about. And I want each of them to introduce themselves now. Let's let's go like reverse alphabetical order.
Oh God.
That's
Oh
Zan
my.
first.
Oh, that's me.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, I'm Zan. I'm an artist, Pale White Rabbit on Twitter, Instagram, that sort of stuff. And today I will be playing Odell Swan, the resident loner.
Um, who's next? I'm bad with the alphabet.
You did this to yourself. Uh,
Oh,
Oh,
so
100%. I'm gonna do this the
I
whole
think
game.
it's lit. Oh,
no,
yeah.
no, no, no. Let Lily work this out.
Yeah, Liz.
Okay.
I
Technically,
would.
it would be the other L name here since Z is last alphabetically.
All right.
Anyway,
Hello, my name is Liz. What do I do? I don't know. I just play games. Um, and I don't do anything else really exciting. I'll be playing Madison. That's right. That's just her name, Madison. Last names are not on brand for her. Yeah, and that's me.
I think it's me then. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm Joel. This is my channel. I play Magic on other people's streams and stream tabletop games. And I'm playing Leonard Danowitz, a nerdy guy who's always there for his friends.
It's like my all-time favorite name.
So
Yeah.
wholesome.
sweet
So
bean.
wholesome.
It's so good.
Is it my turn?
Yep.
Hi, I'm Elle. I don't know what I do with my life. Sort of an artist, sort of a cosplayer, just all around geek. And my handle is Morning Breeze without the E at the end, and the O is a zero. Because Twitter. Uh, I don't do much, but I'm playing Soren Wollstonecraft, and he is the goth of the group, aka my awesome makeup. Not joking.
All right. Does anybody have any other announcements or anything before we actually get started?
Um, just more of a heads up of I do have everybody's names, both character and regular first names and pronouns for each on screen and your Twitter handle. So if people have questions as they show up, uh, we might be able to respond to them in chat. But mostly, we're just here to play a game and have fun. So,
Yeah. I don't actually have the Twitch open, so if we actually get questions that I need to answer, let me know.
all right.
I have it open just in case too.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
And
Yeah.
then, I guess, I don't know if we talked about it. Are we doing a break in between?
Please.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank
Cool.
you.
Yeah, don't worry.
All right.
Yeah, I have an alarm set, so I'll call break here in a couple hours.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
That's
If we need one sooner, please let me know though. So,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Okay.
there's our itinerary. Now, what's my magic power? I need to know.
Your magic power is
Just say friendship. That's the.
I
You
mean,
got it.
accurate.
friendship is magic. Our story today starts in a fictionalized version of Bloomington, Indiana. A town that is largely dominated by the culture of Indiana University and by its semi-proximity to Indianapolis. But none of that actually matters. What matters today, on this slightly overcast May morning, is that the four of you are eagerly awaiting the end to this graduation ceremony. All of you, with your other 91 fellow students in your year, have sat outside for the past 4 hours as teacher after teacher and student and principal and school board members, and even for some reason, some parents have gotten on stage and have given speeches that just went on for too long. Some of them shed tears, and all of you hid your laughs at how fake those tears were behind your hands and behind your fellow students. Each of you in turn was called to the stage, and after ascending the 4 short steps up to this makeshift stage on the football field, you shook hands with a row of people. You were presented with a tiny rolled piece of paper in which is a non-official copy of your high school diploma, something which has already been mailed out to you, and for many of you is sitting in your mailbox currently at home. The reason this ceremony took so long is because out of the 100 chairs that have sat out in the blistering sun for the past several hours, 5 at the very front remain empty. The only occupant of each is one of those stupid hats you wear with a tassel that has been lovingly placed in the folding chair. Your families and the few other people who actually cared or were forced into attending the ceremony have lined bleachers on either side of all of your chairs. And there is a small section to the front of one of the sides that remains semi-empty, sparsely populated for the few families of the missing students who are still here in town. As the last speech finishes and the breeze of spring dies down just a bit, you can hear one of the mothers of one of the missing students choke back another sob. And then the principal steps back up to the podium and says, "Congratulations, class of 2021, and welcome to the real world." And you all look at each other, and somebody finally takes their hat and says, "Fuck this," and throws it directly up in the air, and everybody follows suit. The ceremony is done. The thin veneer of formality has been shattered by that one dude. And the day is yours. There's a luncheon to be held for people that care incredibly too much about how high school will affect the rest of your lives. people that may genuinely miss each other when they go their separate ways in the coming months and years. But that's entirely up to you and your families whether or not you will attend. Joel,
It's me.
my boy Leo, how are you feeling today?
A bit apprehensive. They're like, school's supposed to prepare you for the rest of your life, but it's like they didn't tell you there's a million choices.
How prepared does Leo feel?
Um, as far as what I want to do, very little. As far as like to take on the people in it, a little bit better.
Okay. Okay.
I've met and dealt with people before, but like uh taxes, the stock market, nobody tells you how these things work.
Just invest in GameStop and you'll be fine. Madison? Madison, you've spent the past 4 years carving out a particular niche for yourself. You call it your brand. Some of the people you have hurt and tossed aside along the way call it otherwise. But at the end of this ceremony, how many people can you truly call your friends right now?
None of these bitches. They're all just hanger-ons.
How does that make Madison feel?
Cat keeps getting in way. That's a very good question. Huh. Maybe a little sad because the one person that I could call a friend, his hat is right up there in an empty seat. So, one way or another, like I don't care about any of this. He's not here to celebrate it with me. And fuck this. I got tickets to Cabo. So, getting out of here.
All right. Odell, the resident loner.
Uh-huh.
How does it feel having spent the past several hours having to sit right next to several other students?
Oh, my skin is fairly itching. Everyone was that much too close. The chairs were all pushed together. I had to scrunch into myself to avoid touching my neighbors. And I just want out.
Well, it seems like the ceremony is concluded, and yet there's a part of you that still lingers here. Why is that?
Um, I know I have to, but I'm reluctant to take the next steps. This place was, for all its faults, it was safe. And now I'm stepping out into unknowns.
A vast swath of potentialities exist in front of you.
Yeah, some very dangerous.
I mean, it's not until you take the first step that the next one can follow after. But as of right now, it seems to be you're having trouble doing so. And last, but most certainly not least, Soren, once again, your makeup has been overdone for the occasion at hand, and you have less withered and more bloomed under the gaze of several other students' parents. And it feels nice. It feels nice to challenge the assumptions of those around you. But there's also a part of it that feels, I don't know, maybe hollow? Why is that?
This isn't really growing up throughout like just foster family from foster family. This is an event for families, not something really that he feels is like a huge deal, but he stands tall with his makeup on and tries to assert himself in a way that seems like he kind of has his shit together. Just it's a little awkward, the situation, and he doesn't know if he should be proud of the work he's done all this time or not. Since there's really not anyone to really celebrate it with.
So, when the school sent out invitations and they said for you to fill in whether or not you would be attending the ceremony and the names of anyone else that would be attending so they could figure out the seat placements, why, if you knew you weren't going to be filling in any name other than your own, why did you still fill in your name to show up here today?
I'm here. Kind of to prove a point to myself and to everyone around. Yeah, just I'm here.
Okay.
So, quick question:
Yes.
what's the seating arrangement for students? Did they do it alphabetically?
Let's do a thing that I've already done a bunch and will continue to do. And my response is, I don't know, Joel. What's the seating arrangement like?
So here's the catch. My school did it by alphabetical last name, and I want to figure out where Madison's sitting because nobody knows her last name.
So here's the thing. There was a seat, but I didn't like it, so I evicted somebody from their seat, and I'm sitting in their seat.
Okay, that was the purpose of the question. At any rate, would I know like the two people on either side to be like it's somewhere between an L and like an R? Like, do I get a breadth of lettering, accurate or not?
Madison?
High or low? I'm gonna roll a d20.
High, of course.
And what was your question again?
What's the range of letters,
Okay.
last name wise, where you're sitting in?
Okay. Well, I had cat interference because cat's and dice man. So re-roll again. Hey. It's somewhere between L and, well, what's the middle of the alphabet? M?
Sure.
It's between M and Z.
Ooh.
All right, cool. We're getting there.
I was like, let me take notes too.
So I'm gonna hide these dice because my cat's going crazy.
Okay.
Does Leo announce this to like everyone? Is he like, guys?
No, I'm just kind of like looking at all the familiar faces and people that I've met, and then it's kind of like dawns on me that, oh, you're sitting between like Jamie and Sarah, and their last names are that. So, but then like you're sitting on the edge, so the line like wraps around weird. But
There's also the definite possibility that like there was a seating arrangement and more people than just Madison were like, nah, fuck this. If I gotta sit
Yeah.
here for this many hours, I'm gonna move around a whole bunch.
True story. That's what they did at my high school graduation.
True story, I have never been to a graduation ceremony at all.
You're not missing much.
I
but
skipped all of them.
I wish I could have. My gosh.
We have a graduating class of like almost 700. It's horrible.
27. So with the principal's announcement, with the momentary pause done, your class has collectively exhaled a sigh of relief. Regardless of what you thought about high school, the past 4 years have occurred, and each of you in some way has been affected both by traumas of your own, but also by the traumas of other people, and by the rippling outwards of the 5 missing students from your class. It's been well beyond recent memory since a class from your school didn't begin and graduate with exactly 100 students. So there is a certain air of notoriety around your class. After the first student disappeared, there were murmurs. And then the next 2, there were rumors. And the rumors never quite died down. And by your senior year, a general level of apprehension bred, unspoken, between all of you and the rest of your classmates. But now you're done. Now all of you can breathe a sigh of relief. You can go about the rest of your life, because if what the principal says is true, now your life starts. And for some of you, you have the feeling of, yes, this is true. And for others, you're like, well, what have I been doing for the past 18 years, if not living my life? The rest of your class and the families filter out from their respective seating arrangements, whether they actually kept to them or not. They are shepherded from this chaotic mess of people trying to find their relatives and loved ones out of the football field and towards the cafeteria that's been turned into a makeshift fancy elegant dining hall for the occasion. It's still a school cafeteria, but let's be honest, unlike all of the public schools in Bloomington, they actually served food that adhered to some sort of pyramid scale. Do any of you not want to attend the meal that's being catered today? Odell very quickly decides to duck out. Odell, what's the rest of your day look like today? What have you planned for today?
I'm planning on getting out of town as soon as possible.
Really?
Yep. One thing that people don't know, they may have missed the. No one's ever seen Odell's parents, and she had the invitation sent to a P.O. box, and she's hoping to be out of town before they found out she's even graduated.
As the class and all of the adults filter out, Adele, you linger back so that you can exit through a pre-planned other route.
Mm-hmm.
and you swear as a family groups up and then leaves that you can see somebody just outside the exit looking in at you, and they step off to the side as another family moves into view and blocks the exit.
I don't like that. But I want out of here. So I'm gonna find another exit.
And it's relatively easy to do so. The football field is by and large just open. It's not any sort of stadium whatsoever. It's just been set up with um, all of the makeshift accoutrement for the ceremony. So none of the buildings are really real. It's just kind of like half over some of the bleachers on the sides and then letting all of the glaring sun in. So it's mostly just weaving through like really expensive high-end collapsible tent things. So you can easily go the opposite direction of everyone else and not make your way towards the cafeteria.
Yep, gotta go ahead and do that.
I was thinking of like kind of awkwardly leaning or lingering around between like I don't really want to go in, but also free food. I'm not specifically a loner like somebody,
You're
but
not.
it just feels weird to go
Yeah.
into a family situation and where everyone's with their families eating happy woohoo. You know, it just feels really awkward. Um,
So
prob-
let me ask you then real quick. Do I know about both of your tendencies to want to like duck out of here? Like is that your guys' like usual MO?
You'll know about Dell's tendency to duck out of social situations whenever possible.
yeah, I feel like that. I mean, we're kind of on decentish terms. We're not like enemies. We're not like friends. We're just acquaintances that we kind of accept each other's vibes.
Okay.
Um,
Well then maybe while you're trying to figure out what you're doing, if there's the possibility of catching Dell while she's leaving, uh I'll like bump into the side of you and I'm like, "Look, I assume you're trying to get out of here." And you see me bring you a foil covered plate, and I'm like, "Look, at least take something with you."
Right.
You know they pay way too much for all this
Can I-
food. The least you could do is take some and run, you know?
Yeah.
can I witness this?
Yeah, that's my headcanon is that like you're looking around trying to decide what to do and you see me like hand off a plate of food as someone leaves as an option if you want to do that.
Yeah, he definitely will notice that.
Dell just awkwardly takes the plate and leaves.
Yeah. That's fine.
Leo's kind of just like, yeah, that was all right, cool.
And
I
he's-
also
he's
started a good
thinking-
boy count for Leo,
he's-
so
He's thinking
Boy
like,
count.
this is a good interaction. I'm getting through to her, and Dell's just like, if I take this, I can leave faster.
Yeah. It's like I gave you a plate of food, but when you look at what's in there, it's like some of the things you don't like. It's like the gesture was good, but also kind of like eh.
But also kind of like you have no idea what I like and what I don't like.
Yeah, like I knew you were gonna peace out, so I just wanted to send you a
But
plate on your way
also-
out.
She
But
put
also
plenty
the-
of veggies on there and all the healthy foods.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yep.
Wow.
I definitely started the good boy count
Oh
for,
my
for
God.
Leo already. I was like, done.
If Leo's walking back, Soren will give like an acknowledging nod. Just like, I acknowledge you, that was pretty cool.
Like, do you also need one? Are you hanging out? Are you leaving?
I'm working on an answer for that.
All right.
Kind of just want food.
Well, if you figure something out, I'm good friends with Margaret, one of the lunch ladies back there. Just ask her to whip you out a plate, and she'll foil it up for you.
I might take you up on that.
True story fact: Joel is friends with all the lunch ladies.
True story fact, Joel just said she'll foil it up for you, which fits in multiple situations. Um, as you all figure out what the hell you're gonna do, because you've basically just been thrown to the wilds of life, we're gonna cut to inside the school itself. The principal has since concluded the ceremony, stayed around to shake a few hands, and then inexplicably ducked out at a moment's notice.
The principal did.
The principal. Madison, what is the principal's name?
Oh, dang it.
What is the principal's name? Crap. Why you put me on the spot like this?
This is gonna happen the whole game.
I got a name if
I also have one that's plagiarized.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Does the principal enjoy steamed hams?
No. His last name is Nemo.
Principal
No, but-
Nemo?
Yeah, because Nemo means nobody or something like that in Latin.
It works.
Yes.
This
Nice.
works. This works. So, Principal Nemo has left the ceremony and has made his way to his office. In his office, sitting at his desk in the dark with the blinds drawn, a woman waits for him. She seems to feel as if she belongs in the chair she currently sits in. And as Principal Nemo enters the office, he shuts the door behind him, and as his lights adjust from the glare outside to the darkness of his office inside, he catches himself. He hadn't realized that she was sitting there. From behind steepled hands, she says, Nemo, you only got me 5. The contract he says, I know what the contract says. He says, I know, and I know that you're expecting more, but I tried. I really tried. And she says, trying isn't good enough, Nemo. I have fulfilled my end of the bargain, and you have not. If you want to speak in your terms, you've only fulfilled 50%, which, correct me if I'm wrong, it's been a very long time since this vessel was in school. Is a failing grade, is it not? A single bead of sweat rolls down Nemo's face in the darkness. The woman stands, takes a step towards Nemo, and extends a hand in offering. There is a pregnant pause between the two of them, where the principal tries to find the words to make this work, to make this okay, and comes up short, and a hesitant squeak escapes his lips. Hand still extended, the woman closes the hand and says, "None of them have left town yet. The contract can still be fulfilled. But if not, you know what the rules are." And she snaps her finger and disappears. No puff of smoke, just gone. Nemo takes a deep breath and turns around to turn his office light on, and there is a knock on his door. He jumps in fright and reaches for the doorknob and opens the door to find the vice principal, whose name is what, Odell?
Victoria Sanchez.
Okay. Opening the door, standing before him, craning their neck to look inside, Victoria Sanchez, the vice principal of the school, says, Principal Nemo, were you talking to someone? He quickly wipes sweat off his brow with the back of his hand and wipes his hands on his pants and says, No, it's fine. It's fine, Miss Sanchez. What can I do for you? She says, well, the company is here to take down the bleachers and things outside, and it appears that with the exception of a handful of students, everybody else has filed out. And he says, what students? And she says, you know the ones. He says, God damn it. And he shuts his office door behind him, and he heads your way. Madison, I believe the last time we spoke, you were, fuck these bitches attitudes, I'm out.
Yeah.
And yet you've lingered? There are three other students here, and you're still here as well. Why is that?
Well, originally I was there to put in my 15 minutes of FaceTime. And then, I don't know, I just kind of stuck around.
Do you make your way over to any of the other students, or are you all just kind of awkwardly standing by yourselves waiting for someone to do something?
Oh, hell no. I am not awkward. I don't make my way over there, and I'm not awkwardly standing and waiting.
Oh, I'm also not awkwardly standing and waiting. I've found a perch somewhere, meaning I've climbed up somewhere I shouldn't be. After all, I've graduated. I'm no longer part of the school. They can't get on me for being in places where I shouldn't be anymore. And eating the plate.
The actual plate. No joking.
Yeah,
No.
that's impressive.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope, actually.
Yeah, I'm just on Insta, posing with my phone on Insta.
Is this the assumption that all of us are out there? Because I imagine I'm refereeing my parents because besides typing on a phone to chat with people, I assume they're just kind of hanging out. So I would try to rescue them if at all possible.
Strangely enough, your parents have already left. So
All right.
Yeah, it is just the four of you.
All right. Not terribly unsurprising.
I probably listened to Leo's advice of getting food and boiled up.
God, the
And-
boiling thing.
So then I'm probably on Marco Polo, sending them a message did you guys go home? Okay, I'll be back by whatever time.
Did you say you're on Marco Polo?
Yeah, Marco Polo is Snapchat, but you can go back to messages.
Huh.
Is this real?
It is a real app that deaf people use.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
Where's
Marco Polo.
Okay.
where's
Take a-
everyone?
There's
Well, hang on, real quick before since it's come up. Leo, tell us a little bit about your parents.
Yeah. Both of my parents are deaf. I'm a coda. I can hear. They cannot. They're both profoundly deaf, and my sister, uh, is late deafened. So like she could hear as a kid and is slowly losing her hearing. Uh, so there's like a big mixture of like hearing culture, deaf culture. They kind of stick out, so they just kind of do their own thing. Uh, they are not terribly appreciative of a lot of hearing people because they take stuff for granted, and that makes things awkward. But they kind of do their own thing. I keep to myself and update them about what's going on, but they're very invested in like their children doing well.
And you have a sibling, right?
Yeah, my sister is a couple of grades down, and I would say maybe has like hearing aids. Is like maybe everything's not completely gone yet, but yeah, we sometimes see each other at school. But she probably went home with them, is my guess.
Makes sense.
So, as the four of you kind of resign yourselves to not necessarily feeling the comfort that you didn't realize high school provided you, and you prepare to leave in your separate ways, Principal Nemo comes back in his notoriously over dramatic huff and says, "What are you all still doing here?"
Soren holds up his plate.
I look up from my phone, look at the table, look to him. Buffet's still open.
The buffet is in the cafeteria, which is not what this area is. The crew is here to tear down everything. I need you out, and I need you out right now.
Yeah, you got it.
He turns to leave and stops for a moment, and he clutches at his chest and he drops down to a single knee, and there's this moment of a guttural, like a guttural cry for help that gets caught in his throat as you watch a thin line of blood spread up the back of his sweat-stained button-up shirt that he wore to the ceremony. The world around you deafens for just a sec in that moment of like the adrenaline hitting your ears, and the only thing you can hear is your heartbeat as you watch that thin line of blood trace itself out to his extremities and come to his neck, and he falls quite literally to pieces. And before any of you have a chance to react, the pieces themselves start moving. His arms, the hands on the end grip the earth, and Leo, one of them begins to crawl towards you. And as you watch it grip at the loose soil trodden upon by so many families just moments ago, you can see these not human movements that exist just beneath the skin. His head has rolled off to a few feet away from his torso, and it is starting to sprout what could be something like spider legs or some sort of insect-like appendage, but there are far too many of them. His torso itself elongates and begins to sprout what appear to be fingers, and it begins to roll itself towards you, Madison. The legs wrap themselves around each other, and the flesh begins to coalesce into one thing, and it begins to rocket itself towards you, Soren. And Odell, food in mouth, you watch as the arm not crawling towards Leo holds a hand up to you, and a budding growth of bursting eyes stare up at you from across the distance. What do you do?
Are they all bleachers, or are there like spare chairs?
The company is not actually here to pick anything up yet where you are. They've arrived on site and they're waiting for permission. So you have Odell in the bleachers on one side, the empty bleachers on the other, and then 100 folding chairs between the two.
Yeah, I'm gonna like use a chair to like push it away from me.
Yeah.
And you said that I had the head, right? Coming
Yeah.
toward- yeah. Okay.
By the way,
Skittering.
I'm looking for a weapon because just threat response
Yeah.
has been so ingrained by now because of what's been going on, and even though this is fucked up, that thing's threatening me.
Very clearly.
I see all four of us around ish.
Mhm.
I just kind of look between everyone. What projected at me? Like legs?
I think, yeah, the legs, yours was the legs wound around themselves, and then the flesh started like melting in and becoming just like a locomotion battering ram of human sinew and popping pustules. And it's
that's just
rocketing
going-
towards you. Yeah, it's like low to the ground, but it's clearly aimed for you.
Oh, yeah. Dev, if it's like low to the ground, he's gonna try to. He's not physical whatsoever, but he's gonna try to jump on top of one of these chairs with his plate in hand. I'm assuming he probably has like a butter knife with him. Maybe.
It'll be a plastic knife, but it's gonna be the high-end plastic, so it's like the fake silver.
Yes.
It's not like the white crap.
And he kind of like, as he kind of jumps up, he's gonna try to like throw his plate of food, rest in peace food, just to kind of like, I don't know, something. And he's gonna look at everyone and just kind of shout like, get out of here, you know.
So you go to step up on one of the chairs, right? And toss this food. I need you to make a clash roll.
What is this? Okay.
So you're gonna roll 2d6 and you're gonna add your physical stat, which I think you said was nothing.
Yeah.
So you're just rolling 2d6 right now.
A 6?
A 6 is a failure. So you're gonna mark 1 experience.
All right.
Which is the it's on the first page, the bottom left. There's a little banner. You just put a 1 in there. And then
Trip.
yeah, so you throw this food, and you're also trying to step up on the chair at the same time. And correct me if I'm wrong, you're probably wearing like big like trip pants or something. So
He probably has his big platforms on too.
Yeah, so it catches the side of the chair, and you momentarily focus on that as you throw the food. So the food goes wild, and you manage to get yourself up onto the chair as this battering ram of legs hits the chair and knocks you down onto the ground and sends the chair into several others away from you. So this thing had enough momentum to keep going, but now you're prone on the ground. What about the rest of you?
I still tried to yell, "Get out of here," to everyone. So, as he fell in his
It turned into one of those "get out of there!"
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly that.
I was looking for a weapon in the bleachers, hoping that somebody left something behind that I can use to either throw or wield.
There is Glimpse the Truth is for not really just looking around.
Is there anything like assess situation or something like that?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Let's go ahead and do a Be Vigilant roll.
Okay.
So you're gonna roll plus mental,
Okay.
and it's basically gonna allow you to assess the current situation, depending on how well you roll.
I got a 10.
All right, so 10 is a success. So you're gonna hold 3. So you can trade your hold 1 for 1. Do you have the PDF for the book in front of you?
I have it here. I had it up, but I have multiple windows and they overlap, so
That's
I'll
fine.
need to-
So you've got a selection of questions to choose from. So what's the best way in? What's the best way out? Are there dangers I haven't noticed? What's most vulnerable to me? What seems to be the monster's weakness? And what's my best way to protect the area and the victims here? So you have 3 hold to spend on those questions.
Okay. I think the best one is what's the best way to protect the area and the victims here?
So most of the families that attended the ceremony are like upper middle class in that phantom zone that doesn't actually exist, or just upper class. So most of them just have, way too gaudy of accessories and things, and they'll take that stuff with them. But for whatever reason, it does look like there is some sort of walking cane that looks like it was forgotten. It's fallen and kind of slid under the bleacher in front of it a little bit. That's about 3 bleachers closer to this creature. So you'd have to go down, but also in its general direction.
Okay. I want to go for it. I want to get that cane.
All right, so you start making your way towards the cane, and we all know how notoriously difficult it is to get up and over bleachers, and there's that weird metal twang every time you take a step, and the vibration kind of ripples outward and then kind of comes back at the same time. I hate metal bleachers. But you do make it to the cane.
Okay.
This weird hand-eye amalgam creature is like turning in on itself. So the eyes will pop up in the palm and then spread out up to the back of the hand and be reabsorbed. And as you grab the cane and you look up with your makeshift weapon, you can see that one of the eyes grows bigger than all of the others, and it pops, and a swarm of tiny little eyes with wings and little pinchers come out, begin to pour out of this hand.
Okay. Can I flip over the cane and use the handle like I'm using it like a golf club and try and like hit it out of the area?
You're gonna have to move closer in order to get in range, but yes.
I'm gonna try it because I don't like that thing. I want it away from me, and hopefully hitting it will do something.
Okay. This is going to be a clash roll.
Uh-huh.
And before you make it, Madison, this weird amalgam head thing is coming directly towards you. What do you do?
Okay, cool. So I got to move. I'm going to pinpoint its weakness. So, yeah, when I clash with someone, I can roll plus mental to find their weakness. On a 10, or I'm sorry, on a 10 plus, you cause +2 damage to the target. On a 7 to 9, you cause +1. 6 or less, were very wrong and expose yourself to the target for extra damage.
Is
So-
this your everyday persona ability?
Yes.
What is your everyday persona?
I'm the Unrivaled.
The Unrivaled. Okay. So
Yes. So yeah, I'm gonna yep. Gonna pinpoint its weakness.
okay.
And let's see, 6 on the die +2, I believe. Hold on one moment. Let me get back to my. Where did my character sheet go? There we go. Yep, I have +2 in the mental, so that makes it an 8.
So on an 8, you can cause +1 more damage when your clash roll.
Yep.
Right? So you study this thing for a hot second, right? You're like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of this, but how to beat the shit out of this? What weakness do you find on this right before you attack?
Well, it's a head, right?
Mm-hmm. With
I go-
weird like centipede segmented limbs.
Well, I just go for the eyes
Okay.
with
So
with my heels.
God, are they stilettos?
Yeah, they're stilettos.
All right, so make your clash roll.
Okay, what's clash again? Is it physical?
It's plus physical, yes.
Plus physical. Oh my gosh. And
Yep.
that's 2d6, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not good. I rolled a 4 and I get
Ooh.
+1 damage, so that's gonna be 5.
No, the damage will apply afterwards.
Oh,
if you made a
afterwards.
success.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
so,
gotcha. And I did not.
So your 4 is a failure, so go ahead and
Yeah.
mark 1 experience.
Okay.
And then
What?
as
Yeah,
you look,
experience.
you think about it and you look at this weird head that's like, have you ever seen a ball of centipedes when they're like freshly born? Or yeah, right, where it's just writhing mass of limbs and segmented bodies?
No, I can't say I haven't seen that.
I'll send you a picture of it.
Okay.
I'll send you a GIF. It's even more disturbing. But as you look, this head, you're looking for the eyes because you're like, weak spot. That makes perfect sense. And a stiletto heel is just the perfect size to gouge one out. How you know this is a story you'll tell some other time. But as you watch, the head becomes this like human skin equivalent of centipedes, and you realize there are no eyes. There are no eyes at all whatsoever. In fact, where the eyes would be are 2 quickly dying blue roses. And for a moment, you're startled, and then the head bursts apart, and all of these centipedes start making their way towards you. Leo, who wants to hug everyone.
Yeah, hug it to death, Leo.
You have an arm that, given what everyone else is dealing with, still looks unnervingly human, dragging itself towards you.
Okay, so it's like dragging itself. It's not like thing.
Mhm. No.
Okay.
No. And it looks like the back end looks like it's been torn out. So it's just dragging and like bleeding, and there's stuff coming out of it.
Okay. And we're all scattered, right?
Yep.
I've not looked at what any of the moves do. So my goals,
Tell me what you want.
I want to try to rally everyone to get to the same location. To like, I want to shout at everybody to get their attention and be like, because there's a bunch of bleachers and stuff, right? Like,
Yep.
I want to encourage everyone to run in a slightly coordinated fashion away from these things, because I'm hoping I can outrun a hand that's currently a hand for now. So I want to try to get everybody to run and meet at like, I don't know, if we're outside, maybe there's like a flagpole nearby for like the stadium, and it's
Mhm.
like, hey,
Relying on your ingrained fire drill knowledge or something.
yeah, and I'm
So
like, I want to shout at everybody to go and meet at the flagpole so that we're not just all like individual.
So there's the kind of like catch-all teamwork move called "We can do this together." It sounds like what you want to do is two heads are better than one. You'll roll plus mental to help notice things, put puzzle pieces together, or guide your friends with your knowledge.
Plus mental, that's a 0 for me, baby. But physical's -1, so
Well, you're not actually fighting anything yet, so
holy crap! I got a 6 and a 4. I got a 10.
nice. Okay, so it looks like this move, your results are determined by your relationships with everyone. So, Leo, I believe you have cooperative relationships with everyone.
Yeah, I'm everyone's best friend.
Yes, yes. So it's determined by your relationship with them, not their relationship with you. So everyone else, mechanically speaking, you all gain +1 to your next roll, right?
Nice.
And Leo, what do you shout out to everyone?
Um, yeah, I'm gonna say I have no idea what's going on, but there's 4 of us and lots of them. Just get to the flagpole and outrun this, whatever this is.
You
And
might have something you can outrun, but I have a propelling.
so I
way.
take my folding chair I took and like toss it on top of the hand and then just run.
Oh,
I have a -1 in fighting, so I that's
So you're not trying to fight, you're just like,
yeah, I'm gonna try to toss the chair on top of it to maybe slow
and
it
then start heading
down,
out.
but like just turn and run.
Okay. So Leo is booking it towards the flagpole. Odell, you were about to golf swing.
Yeah, and then Leo shouted that. Um, so I don't know, it might be better to do a strategic retreat, but also, you know what? Before doing a strategic retreat, I'd like to do something on my own and hit the blasted thing.
All right,
So,
so clash, and you get a +1 to the roll.
and I think
Um,
I also get a +1 because I'm doing this on my own.
is that one of your?
Yeah, that I work well, not a team player.
Quick, everyone, let's be a team.
Not a team player. Good.
It's
Well,
so good. So this is your everyday persona, right?
I think it's more like I work better alone, but it says when you leave the group to do things on your own. I'm more leaving the group emotionally to do this rather than physically.
I would say you like everybody is still here, so you haven't left the group.
Okay.
Also, we're a little wishy-washy on what actually constitutes a group at this moment.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm gonna say for
I'll still have the +1, so
yeah, so it'll be physical plus your physical, and then +1 for Joel's um
even though
Joel's
I'm not
bolster.
following his instructions whatsoever.
Doesn't matter. It says +1 to next roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just next roll.
Maybe it's like you had a lot of questions and now you're like, all right, that's a somewhat plan to follow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 5, but I have 2 holds. What can I do with those? Or were
So
those for the
your
roll?
holds will still just the questions from the previous move.
Okay.
So is the 5 with your +1?
Oh, no, 6.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Woo.
you go to swing this cane at this weird writhing mass of popping eyes and this emerging swarm, and Leo shouts something, and there's a momentary glitch in your brain where you're going to process what just happened, and it's your swing. Because I'm not imagining you're on the golf team.
No.
Um, and
That's the perfect
The-
loner sport.
I know, right?
Yeah.
The creature or whatever it is sidesteps your swing, and then the mass of gnats engulfs you
Oh.
for 1 damage.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that hurt.
Madison?
Well, this thing has no eyes now. I have no strategy, so I'm gonna go to Leo. Best plan.
Gonna start fleeing as well?
Well, in the direction that Leo indicated, so yeah.
Yep, okay.
Yep. Exit pursued by centipede.
Centipedes.
Centipedes.
Multiple centipedes. Okay, so Leo is noping out. Madison is following.
Strategically retreating.
Yeah, we would never say Madison is following. Madison has assessed the situation and is heeding advice, but is making the decision all on her own.
Yes.
Soren is currently prone on the ground.
Oh god.
You have momentarily lost sight of the leg battering ram. What do you do?
Oh my god. I'm just trying to figure out what all these basic moves are.
Yeah, I wish there was like an actual like sheet just for the basic moves, but I haven't been able to find one yet.
Yeah.
So just go ahead and narrate for me what you want to do, and then we'll come up with a move for it.
Well, I need to try to get up. That's my first step. I don't know how to undo being prone.
You'll just stand up. That's fine.
Okay,
There's
yeah.
nothing holding you there, so you just
I didn't know if that
make
takes
your
an
way to your
entire
feet.
action though.
No.
Okay, yeah.
No,
So
it's
he's
way
like
more loose.
he'll like clamber around, like just pull himself up, try to at least, and he hears Leo shout some sort of strategic plan, maybe not really, who knows. Just says to gather. And he does not, but he wants to get towards that area, but he has no idea where these legs are now. And he's not. Can he quickly like look around?
So you can roll the same move that Odell did, be vigilant, which just gives you hold to ask questions. As a quick scan of the area, there's the chair you tried to jump on, and then a few next to it that are like in various states of disarray. But you can't actually see anything of this like battering ram, so you just kind of scan the area briefly, and then you see something. There's a chair that moves in the distance, like
Okay.
briefly just upsets, and then off to your other side, another chair is upsets. And as you try to take in the fact that there's 2 of them, there's these lines of chairs and weird zigzag patterns that are like something is moving around and under them, and they're starting to like become more and more violently tossed aside as the legs have now torn themselves back apart and are both coming at you from different directions, trailing just shreds of flesh behind them.
I made it this far, 17 years. Let's go. God damn. I see. Like that's my whole thing. Then.
That's just what you see. What do you want to do?
Oh God. Are there any? Well, one, I don't know what the fuck these things are. They just look like something from a horror movie I've definitely seen. Did I see kind of like how Madison like stabbed it and it just turned into many things.
No, you were
Okay.
on the ground.
Yeah. I love the ground. Tastes wonderful. All right. Is there any like banners around? Anything that I can just not God, it's fine. I'll try to just run. But there's no way I'm going to dodge all these things.
So, are you gonna try to make your way to where Leo indicated?
Yeah. Better to die as a group than alone.
Okay. All right.
That way your death is not your fault. It might be somebody else's.
There you go. It's not
Yeah.
my fault.
Okay, so you're gonna try to avoid these.
If there's any way, banners or something he can like, I don't.
There is. So the problem is you're with the chairs.
Yeah.
Where Leo has indicated is out the back of the stadium towards the flagpole,
Yeah.
or out the back of the fields. The only banner within sight is hanging on the front of the stage. So it's at like chest height and down, which is the opposite.
Outside, yeah.
Yes, it's outside. So it's on the front of the stage to hide the like stage scaffolding and stuff underneath. But that's the only thing that you can see right now scanning in the moment.
No taking off random pieces of clothing to use as a to get out of there.
If you got your fake cap and gown, you could like toss that on top like a blanket.
I mean,
you can try.
I mean,
yeah. Those hats are kind of pointy and heavy. You might be able to like chuck it.
Yeah. And there are a lot of them strewn about.
Oh
yeah.
God. I want to use my actual skills, but you know, this is a kind of a shit situation where everything's after us.
I mean,
yeah.
at this point, you're just a relatively standard high school student. Yeah. So like, all of your skills are kind of.
Imagine you're an empathetic person who gets a -1 to fight in addition to their -1, but you have +2 to reason and reach to their heart.
Aw,
whatever awesome. These things are, I don't think that's possible.
I also see that Adele's just not moving. Probably.
Well, I mean, moving, but has been engulfed in ice.
True.
Oh
so because Adele was up in the bleachers, I'm imagining that Adele is probably more towards the back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just standard loner stuff. So like, if you head towards Adele, that's also heading towards out and towards the flagpole where Leo indicated.
All right.
Because you can just try to book it. You don't have to try to fight.
Yeah, but like, I live in darkness too, you know? Gotta save my fellow dark friends. God. I guess he's like panicking, like looking at the door, looking at Odell, and just fucking tries to run towards Odell to, I don't know, assist in some way.
Pull her out of the swarm.
Yeah, that works too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you're also gonna make a we can do this together.
Oh my god.
So what's your relationship?
We're decent, right?
Yeah.
You're cooperative, yeah.
Cooperative.
So how are you trying? Are you just gonna try to like bum rush and like grab and keep going, or how are you trying to do this?
I think something with the we can do this together thing. It's a cooperative thing. Loner, not a team player. I take a -1 to any we can do it checks. However, you always give a +1 forward to whomever you're helping.
Yeah, but you're not helping. You're being helped in this circumstance. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So if I was to do a we can do it. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think for this one, it's probably I've got your back, which is roll plus physical.
Okay.
Because it sounds like you're trying to like both make your way out, but also grab and go.
Yeah, ripping her out of this.
Which is a physical action. Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna roll plus physical.
Fine. I don't have a plus physical.
You get a +1 from Leo. This is your next action.
Is it 2 dice again?
Yep, 2d6.
All right. Oh! 10.
Nice. A 10 is a success.
That's decent.
So I'm gonna say, rather than the standard action for that, you grab Odell and extricate her from this swarm, and then both of you are moving now.
Okay. Not leaving you alone, loner, as I run.
So both of you are heading out, and Madison, you were heading out too? You
Yep.
threw the chair? Okay. So all of you are vacating the premises in your own fashions. None of you look back. You all go and you reach the flagpole, and you all stop at the flagpole, and you all catch your breath. And which one of you looks back first?
I definitely want to.
I feel like I
I'll look
would.
back first.
I feel like I'm a team player, so I'm like, all right, everybody's here, cool. So I'm looking at everybody.
Okay.
I guess Odell and I are the last to get there, probably. So it's like
Okay.
as we're running in, you're probably like looking.
So Leo is.
I
Go
would
ahead.
say I'm a little distracted by the fact that Soren actually cared enough to pull me out of there. It's just like, I mean, I know we're friends and all, but that was.
I'm a little
Okay.
nice.
So Madison, you look back, and
Yep.
the sun has moved off to the side, and there's a small shadow cast by the bleachers. And as you look back, you can see the form of Principal Neo, whole yet again, standing there. And you watch as one last human flesh centipede kind of like scurries up his leg and wraps itself around, and it just absorbs within. And he turns and walks away. So the four of you now stand outside your former high school together around the flagpole.
I just have like this tight grasp on Odell's arm, like panic, adrenaline, like what the fuck?
Same.
Do
It's like,
do we call the police?
and get locked up because they think we're insane.
Well, oh, this might be an executive decision, but our school's fancy. Do we have cameras outside, right? Like we'd have tapes so they could check.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Outside though?
Yeah, like normally the bleachers and stuff, like the bleachers would be moved further back along the edges of the football field for the games. So probably wouldn't have cameras outside for that.
There's no recording equipment for the ceremonies either.
It's been packed up. That's high-end, top dollar stuff. Those camera, like they hired out for the camera crew for the ceremony. That person left, like first one gone. Like ceremony's over, peace.
I'm gonna give. Do I know Dell was covered in stuff?
She's got
Yeah.
cuts and scrapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm making sure I do everybody like a once over to make sure there's no like little bugs or creatures.
Yeah.
Any evidence other than Odell's scrapes and all of you being the adrenaline now leaving your systems, there's no actual evidence of what just happened.
Covered in dirt.
If you didn't wear all black all the time, maybe it wouldn't show up as well.
That was Principal Nemo. No, maybe there's information in his office. I don't think anyone's gonna believe us.
Yeah, you could try to talk to if the vice principal is still here. All I know is there's a bunch of people inside who don't know anything. So I'm gonna like while saying this, slightly walking in that direction, I'm gonna warn everybody. Worst case, I get to pull the fire alarm.
And
Great.
What?
You do that. You do that, Leo. I'm good. I have a plane ticket to Cabo. You never.
What?
And I'm gonna go to my car.
I gotta be on the first bus out of here. I can't.
You want a ride to the bus station? I'll give you a ride to the bus station.
You know what? Sure.
Awesome.
Soren finally lets go of Odell's arm. Like,
It's just like, Soren, thanks.
he just kind of nods.
Ooh, we got a thank you. I need all 4 of you to roll me an unaided mystical check. Just straight 2d6, regardless of what your skill is.
No, not my.
I know, it's the one thing you're actually good
2. I got a 2.
at. God.
I got a 3.
I can't. What, 2d6?
Yep.
Yeah.
I fucking hate this.
May that be my only snake eyes for this session. Switching to different dice.
7.
Okay.
I mean, I got a 3. It's not that great.
Odell.
10.
Oh, dang. Okay.
God damn.
All of you have come up with your individualized plans of action, right? And you're all like, some of you are like, fuck this, I'm out. Others of you are just like, I'm just gonna leave without saying anything. Some of you want to put this event behind you. Others are trying to help others for some reason. All of you turn to head in your respective directions, and everything stops. You're not frozen in place, but literally everything around you is.
And it's us 4.
It's the 4 of you, and you're still able to move, but everything else is frozen. You can see a bird paused in the sky. You can see the flag above you has stopped moving in mid-wave, and as you watch, everything starts from the sky down, starts to just turn to liquid and drip away. And as it comes down to pure whiteness from above, the ground below you swells with what looks like bubbling blood. And you find yourself ankle deep in an endless expanse of still blood and white nothingness.
But I can see the other people, right?
You can see nothing else except for the 4 of you. The world around you is gone.
I'm gonna move back towards the other people then.
I have a few things.
Yes.
Like, I might want to do a glimpse of truth to see if I can figure out like anything. And I can roll it with a plus mystical.
Do it.
I also was thinking there's also a bad feeling I have, but I don't think the results of that don't really seem helpful. It's just like, I knew and I arrived on time.
Go ahead and roll your glimpse of the truth right now.
Okay. $10.
Dope. You have hold 3, and you can trade the hold 1 for 1 to ask one of the following questions.
Okay, where is this hold 3 thing?
So hold is just it's just how many questions you can ask, and you just get to, it's just a marker of when you ask them, you lose hold. So you can ask all of them right now, or you can save them. I will give you a dungeon mistress hot tip. I would save them for like
When
literally
something
the next save them for like the next minute.
Yeah.
But you're the one of the group who's like, oh, this is kind of my shit. Okay.
Yeah. Leo's like, what? No. God, this is fucking terrifying.
So
your face.
This ankle deep expanse of blood stretches off in all directions, and there's no other discernible details. And from the middle, from below the surface, a human heart like bobs to the surface and floats there. And as you watch, it struggles and it twitches and then it beats. And it beats again and again. And you all realize in turn
Is it?
that somehow the heart is matching your own's heartbeat, but it feels almost like it's, with all the adrenaline in your body, it's trying to calm you down. And then next to it, a second heart bobs to the surface. And then a third. And then a fourth. And each one in turn, it beats and slowly makes their way towards your feet. And after about 10 seconds, each of you have a beating heart in front of you in this expanse of blood. And in your mind, all of you hear a disembodied voice that gurgles out a single word. Eat. What do you do?
I take about 9 steps backwards.
The heart slowly follows you.
Excuse you, fuck no. 'Cause hearts are not in my diet.
Yeah, Dell's
Is it the size of a normal human heart?
Yes.
Shoot, is that a question?
No, you're fine.
Do I feel unnaturally compelled to follow this order?
Nope.
I still have 2 holds from before.
Yes. What questions would you like to spend them on?
Oh, I need to look up the questions.
Oh, there's questions. Shoot.
Yeah. So Elle, you have 3 hold from Glimpse the Truth, and you still have 2 hold from Be Vigilant.
Yeah.
Where do you find that in this?
Be Vigilant, the questions are on page 64, and Glimpse the Truth, the questions are on page 62.
Thank you. I was out here like, I gotta come up with some question.
No. So the way the question moves work is when you get hold, it gives you a certain number of questions you can ask. If you roll a 12 or above, then you get the hold and you can make up your own question.
Okay.
So if you roll really, really well, you can come up with your own. If not, they're like scripted questions.
You know, I hate that I think I know what the answer is going to be, but what's my best way out?
The heart starts beating slightly faster, and in your head again you hear eat. Eat.
Oh.
Eat.
I did not want that to be my best way out.
I did all this work. I got a nice plate of food.
I know, my food was wasted.
Looks like we're all on
Alright.
keto.
Are you gonna eat it?
Fuck it. When in Rome.
Do us a roll.
All
And
right.
I pick it up and I just take a huge bite out of it.
I
Because none of these other it's just gonna do it.
no, I think Dell like picks up her heart and is just like, I think this is the only way out of here.
I pick up the heart and examine it for an entrance or exit.
It's got ventricles. Right? That's what. Here, let me look it up for you.
Yeah, the little valves and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dell's gonna kind of grimace and then start eating.
My makeup's gonna be ruined.
So, 3 of you have picked up the hearts. Everyone except Soren, right now, has picked up the heart, which is kind of disappointing, Soren.
I'm sorry. I'm like looking at these questions.
The Uber goth is like,
I was
And
looking at
then
these questions.
Madison and Odell have. In one case, Madison seems to have almost like a fuck this, I'm gonna do it. And Odell's kind of, I guess this is the only option. And each of you takes a large bite out of the heart.
So what's Leah doing? Is he just nibbling?
No, I'm watching both of you do this. Like,
Yeah,
does
I
it
think
taste like anything?
Blood all around. I look at these. I look at you guys and it's like, okay, guys,
Does it
this
taste like
never
anything?
happened. I take another bite.
Yeah, after this, we don't talk about this and
Yeah.
we go our separate ways.
Yeah.
What?
The flesh is chewy, and as you take the first bite and that sinew between the still beating heart in your hand snaps and you chew it around a little bit, you realize that you can feel that chunk of flesh in your mouth that you're masticating is still beating, and you swallow it and you can feel the beating heartbeat. And then once it hits your stomach, it radiates outward and matches your own heartbeat, and you're compelled to keep eating more of the heart. So
Oh.
two of you have taken bites, and your faces are drenched in blood, and you're just gnawing at this heart. Leo is just holding it, and Soren is.
I'm like looking at mine, but I watched everyone for a second. Not that I'm like hesitating to eat it really. It's just more of a observing the situation that is presented to me.
Did you want to use any of your hold to ask your questions?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's the best. I wanted to try to figure out whatever's in our head telling us this. Does it sound familiar? But it's not really.
You can ask
I
who
guess-
is in control here.
I like that. I like
Okay.
that one. Yeah.
All right, so you're going to spend one of your holds, and the question is who is in control here? And almost as if in a direct reply, the voice in your head yet again says, eat, with greater clarity, and the heart bumps up against your boots.
Yeah, I'll pick it up and I'm just gonna bon appetit.
Leo, still holding his heart, watches as Soren just kind of goes, all right. Scoops and immediately takes a huge chunk out of it.
See,
Strangely enough, for the three of you who have eaten the heart, while you're compelled to eat more, it's not an unpleasant experience.
Yeah.
see, my persona doesn't reflect this. I'm so conflicted.
Soren's gonna, as he's like eating, he's gonna look over at Leo and say, I don't think we have total control of the situation. Whatever happened before has to be connected to this situation.
Yeah, I don't want to become a thing. Or multiple things.
But what if you're meant to be?
Then that sucks.
So you wanna, hey Leo, you want to play? You want to splash around in whatever the fuck this is for the rest of your life?
Yeah, because this is the only option it looks like to get out of here.
That's what I was hoping she'd say.
Yeah, I wanna make a roll so I can verify that for myself.
Okay, what are you rolling?
I don't know what's more useful. There was what, glimpse the truth or something else? Be vigilant?
Glimpse the truth is when you investigate to see what's really going on. Be vigilant is to like when you're faced with a dangerous or threatening situation. So if you feel this situation is dangerous or threatening, and that's your kind of like acting under panic response, that's the question.
Yeah, let's be vigilant.
That is
Okay.
the one where we found the question, what's the best
I
way
will
out?
say,
Yeah.
it sucks to be a follower and listen to the directions given.
All right, Leo, what was your result?
I got a 9, so I can hold
So
one.
you get one hold.
Are there any dangers that I have not noticed?
You can see as you look at all of your friends who are like going between ravenously chewing the still beating heart in their hands, blood running down their chins, and expectantly looking at you, and then scanning the horizon, which is, for the most part, just nothing but a point in the distance where the sea of blood meets this white blank expanse. But you notice off to one side, at some unknowable distance, there is what appears to be a human figure with too many arms and too many. No, it's got the right number of arms. Maybe it's too many legs. Is it just one figure? There's something walking towards you, and it's constantly shifting, and you feel like it's walking just to you, not to anyone else.
Do you point it out?
Soren, Odell, and Madison, I need each of you to roll a single d6 with no modifier.
But yeah, imagine you see my head do like the Terminator move, and you can catch my eye line.
Yeah. So what did you get, Odell?
4.
Odell rolled highest. Odell finishes her heart and begins to lick the blood off of a finger and is gone.
Oh. There's just a slosh of.
There is no slosh. It's like she was never there.
Oh, so the blood doesn't even replace where she was standing. I guess I'm going to actively run away, and if this thing follows me and gets closer, I will do the deed, I suppose.
What's the deed?
Eating the heart.
Oh, okay.
Are you still holding your heart?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're running away with the heart.
Yep.
Right. So as you're running away, you look behind you, and whatever it is seems to be getting closer, but it also doesn't seem to be getting closer, if that makes sense.
It
doesn't look physically closer, but it feels physically closer.
If there's an indication that it's getting closer, then I would follow through.
Okay. Well, I mean, it depends.
We all just watch him run.
The two of you are still finishing your hearts, but as you start to move away, Leo, your heart does start to slowly bleed thin streams of blood. So you're holding this still beating heart that's now just like producing small waterfalls of blood as you slosh your way away from your two remaining compatriots and whatever this thing is in the distance. Madison and Soren, roll another d6 with no modifier.
2.
Both of you finish your hearts at the same time, and you look at each other, and both of you gone.
Cool.
Oh, Leo, come on, buddy.
Well, if everybody's gone...
I need the three of you, except for Leo, to remain completely silent.
Cool.
If everybody's gone, that's gonna increase my vigor. I think back to that pie eating contest, and I'm like, it's just a big pie, man. Just you can do the thing, and that is my singular task in life, is to eat this pie.
You take your first bite. Is your first bite like huge, like you're in that pie eating contest, or is it timid? You're testing it out.
Pie eating contest. This is now a task, and I need to finish it. That's my thought process.
You take a huge bite and you tear off a huge chunk of this heart, and as soon as the blood hits and it fills your mouth, you stop. And you realize that this is the only thing that matters. This is the only thing for you. Do you turn around to look and see what the figure's doing, or do you just stop in place and eat this?
I imagine it's a little column A, little column B. I'm worried about where it is, but also it's a fight between how much that's compelling me to eat. So I imagine it's like I'm keeping track, but then like my focus slowly shifts to the task
what's
at
in
hand.
your hands. So you continue eating this, and in your peripheral vision, the figure stops and turns and begins to walk the opposite direction, but you're still compelled to eat. So after a time, in pure silence, you finish the heart, and the voice in your head is gone, and you too disappear. Fade to black. Break time.
Woohoo! All right.
Yay.
We'll take like what 5-10 minutes and come back.
It's 1:51, so I figure 2 o'clock.
All right.
Oh, that's enough time for me to make coffee. Yay.
Yay!
Oh my god.
See.
See, my soul is like, this is a cool vampire-esque scene. But my brain says, I want to figure out everything.
All right.
I'm gonna make the coffees.
Well, let me switch over, and we'll see you in a bit. Hey, we back.
Okay, I'm gonna redo the content warning verbally. Content warning for body horror, gore, violence, dismemberment, and emotional trauma. So, the four of you you know what? Leo,
Uh-huh.
you wake up in your bed at home.
Oh, nice.
hmm You look at your hands, and there is no blood on them. You sit up in bed. Do you have a mirror in your room?
Uh, no. I have one in the bathroom where I could, like, get my phone to look at me.
Okay. So, whichever one of those. But you look at your own reflection, and there is nary a drop of blood on you. You're in the clothes that you went to your graduation ceremony in, and that's it. It feels like you went to the ceremony and then came home and took a nap.
Can I check social media, see if people are doing their, like, oh my god, here's my graduation selfies to make sure that happened?
Yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
So you get on the social media, and I'm imagining Leo's the type of person who has found every available Twitter account and followed them all.
Probably, sure,
Okay.
yeah.
So it's just a wall. It's just a wall of pictures from the ceremony, people not paying attention, that sort of thing. And then you look at the date stamps.
Do they say today?
They all say 1 day ago. The sun is up, though.
Other question. I'm gonna Google pictures of hearts. Do I feel compelled to eat any hearts?
The first picture is the one I actually have open on my computer right now, and it is labeled "Gross Anatomy of the Heart." And it has colors, and it has everything labeled. It's probably like 30 different things labeled on it, and it's a picture that you would have seen in your biology textbook in high school, and nothing more.
I don't feel hungry or anything.
I mean, you feel hungry, but not for a heart. It feels like you haven't eaten in quite a while.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna leave my room and go downstairs to make some food, I guess.
Okay.
What's the time? Like early morning?
It's approaching noon.
Is this a weekday?
This would be, I imagine that your graduation ceremony would have been on Saturday, so
Okay.
that adults, like most of the parents and stuff, could have had the day off work. And this is Sunday.
Yeah, I'm gonna go downstairs to like make food and see if people are still rummaging about in the house.
Okay. So you go downstairs, still in your clothing from yesterday, and your house is your house.
Is there like people watching TV?
What
Anybody
do they?
else
What
home?
What would your family normally do on a Sunday?
Well, we've got like the sectional in the living room where people are either on their laptops, browsing, doing whatever, and or watching TV. We're a very much like multiple screen per person household. Um, but yeah, I assume my sister would be in her room, and maybe parents are like, I don't know, doing stuff while the TV's on in front of them.
Okay. So that's what's happening. your house just your house. It's basically the same as every Sunday for the past 4 years. You get up and there's notice of you finally being awake, an acknowledgement of that fact, and then they just act like nothing is wrong.
Uh, yeah, I'll probably make like a bowl of cereal or something, and then
Okay.
check in on my sister.
Okay.
And I'm like, hey, what time did I get in last night?
She doesn't remember. It was
Uh,
definitely not before she went to bed. What time would she have gone to bed on a Saturday night?
Saturday night. I don't know. Probably like 11, 12 o'clock.
Yeah, so you weren't home when she went to bed.
Interesting.
She doesn't seem like at all concerned about that though.
Can I check my, what do they call those? Ring app? I assume my parents have that doorbell ring that like turns on if somebody comes to the front door.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When was the last time somebody came to the door?
Um, it looks like. Does your sister eat pizza?
Yeah, but I don't know if she would order out. There
Okay.
might be like Amazon deliveries or something, but
Yeah, I mean, like everybody got home except you from the ceremony, and then like a delivery person or something, and then that's it.
hmm. Well, with my bowl of cereal next to my computer, I'm going to DM Dell, and I'm like, "Hey, how's it going? You feeling okay?" Boop.
Dell, how how concerning is it for you that Leo not only knows about the existence of your social media, but felt the need to actually DM you?
Oh,
Oh,
that's
it's very concerning. But the thing is, I know he's following me on Twitter. I only use the Twitter account to look at things. I've never even posted.
she doesn't follow me back.
No retweets.
No retweets, no followbacks, no
No
nothing.
likes.
I'm
Oh.
basically a ghost. And it is. I think Leo's probably the only one that DMs me besides uh, the fishing DMs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm just like, how did Dell wake up from this? I mean,
Um,
we've got Leo's, but
so you live alone, correct?
mhm.
Mm-hmm. What's your housing situation like? Do you like
um,
short-term rent an apartment or something?
y- yes, it's basically like an efficiency. So it's like a single room, minimal like kitchen. She's got like a microwave and a sink in her kitchen. Um, and it's just as minimalist as possible.
Okay.
And she's already packed. She packed even before the graduation ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You
so
were taking a bus out of town, correct?
yeah, that was the plan.
Hmm. The bus ticket for yesterday. The
So
bus ticket that has in fine print on the back, no refunds. So you received
of
this
course.
message from Leo, but you woke up in your own bed or whatever it is that you have in your efficiency.
So he's asking if I'm all right.
Yep.
Well, fine, aside from the fact that I should be about 300 miles from here by now.
Hmm. Uh,
Del, you are hungry.
I probably don't have a lot to eat. Mm, Probably we'll take a granola bar or something if I have it.
Okay. So you've got all your stuff packed. You're just crunching on a granola bar to sate this gnawing hunger. And you've as cryptically and in a very characteristic manner answered Leo's DM. Is there anything else that you're doing, or
Well, I need a new bus ticket. Um, I'm going to get on that because I'm not staying here.
okay? So, do you have like a laptop, or you just do all this on your phone?
I've got a laptop, small laptop.
All right. So you pull up um, pull up the web page in your laptop, and it looks like, at least for today, there are no bus tickets available.
Oh, that's annoying. I want to get the earliest one possible.
There's one that leaves at 4 in the morning tomorrow morning.
Well, it'll have to do.
You add it to your cart. You check the little box that says you've read the terms and conditions, the one that says you can't get a refund.
No refunds.
And you put your payment information in, and you click enter, and it does the little thing where it rotates like it's processing your order. And then instead of a website that says, here's your e-ticket confirmation, it just reloads the page for the bus station.
And I don't get an email confirmation either.
It just goes back to the home page for this bus station.
Nah, but like when I check out, I should probably get an email confirmation about the order going through.
Yep, you get nothing.
Hmm. Okay. Fine then. I'll just hitchhike out of here.
You go to grab your stuff, and there's that like tiny annoyance adrenaline spike that you have where something doesn't work the way you want it to, and you're like, and so your heartbeat is slightly faster, and you feel right next to your heart another heartbeat that's off rhythm with yours. And you become aware of it in that moment as you go to grab your stuff. Madison,
Yes.
when was your flight out for Cabo?
God, what time did our graduation ceremony finish?
So it was like 4 hours, so probably like 3 in the afternoon. We'll
3
say
in the afternoon.
Yeah, they would have started at noon, but they went ahead and started at 11 since they were going to do an additional ceremony for the missing students.
Let's say my flight was out at 5.
Okay, which would have just been just enough time for you to push it and get to the airport and get through security.
Yeah.
You wake up in your own bed, approaching noon the day after the graduation ceremony. You're not on your flight to Cabo. Your plane tickets are right next to you on the bedside table.
Do I remember anything about the day before?
You remember everything about the day before.
Just kind of like push myself up, curse, and grab my phone to check the time.
Check the time, it's approaching noon.
It's approaching noon.
Yeah.
Okay. And I assume I see the date.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I guess I call up the airlines to see if I can reschedule my flight.
Okay. You pull up the number for it. Do you get notifications from news stuff? Do you like mark it so that information will drop in? You can stay on top of things.
Oh hell no.
Okay. So the person on the other end answers and goes through the stereotypical like scenarios in front of you, right? And you realize it's a pre-recorded menu.
So I press the options I need to press.
Okay. So the voice is, if you would like to speak to a representative, please press 0 or wait on the line. And you press 0
yeah.
impatiently.
Yep.
And it plays even worse elevator music than what's actually in an elevator. And somewhere in the back of your head, you have this image of Leo just like fucking jamming out.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's a fleeting thought.
Girl from Ipanema.
Yep.
So you wait, and that song finishes up, and then the voice comes back. Thank you for waiting on the line. Your approximate wait time is 15 minutes. And then the song restarts.
I'll look at my phone. I'm just like, fuck this. And I get out of bed. I start getting ready because I'm gonna go exchange those tickets in person.
Okay. Are you gonna take all your stuff with you, like your suitcases and things?
Yeah,
Okay.
I am.
You what's your family situation like? What's your housing stuff like?
I mean, we live in a really nice. We live in a nice house, a nice area. We're rich.
Okay.
Yeah. But my parents, they're professionals in their different fields. So I would imagine like my mom is like maybe something like that's on call all the time, like an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably not common for her to not be there on Sundays.
Okay.
Can't think of what my dad would do at this moment, but I think he's probably, the typical Midwestern emotionally distant father.
So he's got the TV on and he's taking a nap in the living room?
If he's there at all, I mean, he probably has a special, with the size of our house, he probably has like a special den area.
It's also a Sunday though, so what would he have a tea time?
Oh, that's a good question.
Sundays are for football.
I mean, we are upper class, so yeah, so I would say that he probably has a tee off time. He probably goes golfing, actually.
Okay.
So he has a tea time, but it's not tea time.
Yes. So it's relatively empty in your house. You make your way through. You're not at all disturbed by the way your footsteps echo down the hallway in front of you, down various staircases. Although as you draw near the front of the house to leave, you start to hear voices in the background, and you come into one of the larger living rooms that has a huge flat screen TV mounted to the wall. And you can see that the TV is on, but the volume is turned down really low, so you can't catch what's being said, but you can catch that things are being said. What was your flight number?
what is it? Our flight number is usually 3-digit.
Yep, I believe so.
Okay. We'll say 357. Just make it
Okay.
simple.
Okay. So as you make your way through, you momentarily pause the fact that the television is still on, but then you notice that it's the news, and there's one of those like scroll bars at the bottom, the like ticker tape ones or whatever they're called, and the number 357 catches your eye.
Shit. What's it saying about 357?
Do you turn the TV up?
Uh, Nobody else is around.
Not that you've seen or heard.
Well, gonna go ahead and grab the remote, turn the TV up.
You turn the TV up, and it's a thank you for joining us for this emergency broadcast. It appears that Flight 357 from Indianapolis to Cabo has crashed just when making its final approach at the airport. It is undetermined at this time how many casualties there are from the flight, but it was expected to be a full flight. More details coming later on this evening. We will keep you posted, but right now, returning to the studio, and it cuts to a dude in a hyper pressed suit with pancaked makeup on, and he takes a stack of papers and kind of straightens them and sets them down and folds his hands in against himself and continues on with the Sunday afternoon news.
Me.
Soren, what's your housing situation like?
Mm, well, I have a foster family, but I'm not sure if they really care what I do.
Okay.
It's probably just like a normal suburban kind of house. They probably have like 2 other kids as well, but they're like young. They're like young. Yeah, it's just like a basic 2-story suburban household, probably. The parents probably have jobs, basic jobs. I can't even.
Like Monday through Friday jobs?
Yeah,
Okay.
Monday through Friday jobs.
Is your relationship with your foster family good, bad, neutral?
They probably try to be nice to me and like actually like invite me into their household and family and stuff, but I'm a little weird with them. Why I've been bouncing from family to family. Most families, I kind of like it just isn't the right fit, or like the family decides it's not the right fit due to like their rebellious tendencies. But right now it's generally like neutral. Well, at least on Soren's part, is neutral with them. They probably try a little hard, but was kind of like, wait, you had a graduation, you didn't put our names on there, kind of thing. Like, what the hell? Yeah, that sort of thing.
Okay, so you've woken up in your bed, right, in your room. What? I mean, did you have any plans? Were you just coming home after the ceremony? Like, is it?
What is the in relative to when the graduation is and when my birthday is? When
I
is
don't know.
it?
I don't know. When's your birthday?
What's the time?
It's approaching the end of May. So
I gotta look up zodiac signs.
Oh, what are you?
It'll be
What are you
Gemini.
thinking? Yeah, that's Gemini.
What?
All my family is either May or July birthdays, so it's Gemini.
Gemini. Jesus, let me write this down.
Yeah, so I guess he's a Gemini. It's May. How about like June 3rd? Sure, let's go with that.
So your birthday is in less than a week. We'll say that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not June yet, but like, unless we need to, I'm not gonna like nail down what the date is.
Yeah. It's coming up.
So I imagine you wake up and you come out of your room, and one of your foster parents, after lovingly berating you about not inviting them to the graduation ceremony, probably abruptly and obtusely shifts focus and tries to question you about what you want to do for your birthday. Right? It's your 18th birthday, so it's the big one. Do you wanna go somewhere, have some pizza? Do you want us to make a cake at home? And then they do that thing where they're like, do you want to invite some friends over?
I'm
And just kind of trail away with that one. Because this is a conversation you've had many times.
yeah. I'm 18. Do 18-year-olds celebrate birthdays?
Fuck, I do.
Yes. Yeah.
No,
I
I
was
know.
like, give me the cake at all times.
No, that's what he literally says
Oh.
that. Like, I feel like you're an adult. Adults don't really have birthday celebrations.
Well,
It is
I mean,
sorely wrong.
I mean, do you want to celebrate your birthday? I want to celebrate every birthday that you ever have.
He's just
But I'm not gonna push you into anything that you're not comfortable with.
he sighs. And he chews it over in his head as parents keep talking.
Speaking of chewing things over in your head, you get a little like miffed that you're having this conversation again, and there's a flash of like your like an external viewpoint of you close up on the mouth taking a bite out of the heart, and then it's gone.
He acts unfazed, but he's a little like thinking in his head, am I a fucking vampire now? Like that's just what he's thinking. But then he goes back and thinks about like it wasn't just him. There were 3 others. And
as you start to think about the others, you can feel your own heartbeat, and then you start to feel 1, and then 2, and then 3 other distinct heartbeats alongside yours in your chest. The rest of you start feeling the same thing as well.
Shit.
And it's
Am I having heart palpitations?
He's gonna
Go ahead.
with his parents still in the room as he's having this moment, he's gonna maybe I will have a celebration. I have 3 other friends.
You do.
But I need a moment, and he's gonna kind of like
Oh my
touch
God.
it, like kind of push them out a little awkwardly.
Mhm.
Like I need a moment though.
Which they're so used to being pushed out, but they're also so happy that they're like, oh, okay, and it's a little easier. For each of you, the person you have cooperative relationships with, if any, you can identify which heartbeat in your chest is theirs. So, like, for instance, Leo, who is cooperative with everyone,
My
Soren gets
chest
that
is a
kind of-
drum.
but you know that
Leo,
something
dude.
just happened. You know that something just happened with Soren, right? Where you're like, okay, like that's
So
a
Leo,
thing.
who's
Soren's,
a stalker.
yeah. But then somebody like Madison is just incredibly annoyed about this. Because you have competitive relationships with everyone. You're like, I only want to hear one heartbeat, and I want it to be mine. What the fuck?
Yep.
Meanwhile, Dell will only be able to identify Soren's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the other two seem like really faint and kind of far away. Like you know they're there, but you're like, why?
I'm competitive with Dell, so
Mm-hmm.
Or not Dell, sorry. Madison. Wow, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah, but
like.
you're cooperative with the other two, so like
Yeah.
process of elimination, you're like,
It's
oh,
like,
that's why I
that's
don't
not-
like the way that one feels.
Yeah. Feels a
But
little. Mm.
all of you are currently kind of trying to act normal, right? Trying to carry on with your day and readjust to your circumstances, but also all of you are realizing that yesterday is continuing. There's something else going on here.
Yeah, no, completely denying that. I have a plan. I'm going to stick to my plan that I've been I need to get out of here.
So did I get a return message or did you leave me on read?
I sent a return message going, yeah, feeling fine. Just wish I was 300 miles away from here. And it's just like, you know what? I'm gonna fix that.
um, Odell, roll me keep your wits about you. So you're gonna roll plus persona.
Okay. hmm
Wait, what?
I got a 12.
All right. You have these feelings, but you're like, fuck this. I don't have time for this. I'm out. This town is the past.
hmm
Hmm.
It's like,
Um.
get a bus. I'm gonna hitchhike.
All right.
Well,
Leo, what's up?
I guess I'm gonna DM the other two. I'm like, all right, I'll DM Soren, see what's up, and then I kind of stare at Madison's Instagram, and I'm like, there's no way she responds. But I send a DM anyway, and don't even care to see if I get a response.
Soren is at his gaming table and he's going deep into the dark web as to what the fuck is going on right now. There are three other heartbeats in my body right now. Um he's trying to come up with like anything, like any cult shit, any just
Your your searches start out pretty like where you would expect them to go, right? Like human body falling apart, right? You get a bunch of weird like disease websites, rotten.com pops up at some point. Like a bunch of John Carpenter films and Cronenberg films, all of this stuff, and you're like, no, I have to go deeper. So you continue and you roll into this, and you spend a little bit. You spend an hour or so hitting up um, maybe contacts that you only call on for very specific things, and by and large, nobody has any answers for you. And you're maybe pushing the bounds of actually wanting to continue with this. And then a message pops up.
it's Leo or no? A
No.
random one. Oh god.
It's a
Okay.
random message.
With my malware active.
Yep.
Hot singles in
And
your area.
It's all it
Huh?
is it's a text window that pops up in the bottom, and it's just 4 red hearts.
Can he kind of connect that with the his own and the three others? I don't know. I guess he's gonna. That's how he's gonna think about it. And just four hearts, right?
Just the emojis.
It's just a text box. It's not even.
Yep. It's not like, as far as you can tell, it's not connected to any site you're on or any of the messaging programs or anything you have. It's literally just a small text window that just pops up, has the 4 hearts on it and the timestamp. There's not even a name from the sender.
Can he message back? Is there a way?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a blinking cursor.
Okay. he's gonna quickly just send like, who? No, what are you?
Have you seen what's it? The Zalgo text, where it's the text, but it's got all the weird stuff coming off of it.
Oh yeah, like Matrix shit.
Yeah, yeah. Joel's like, fuck this.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. Zalgo text is great. The message that comes back through is so distorted, but it's in that text window.
Mhm.
And it just disappears at the bottom of your screen, but you can't read what it actually says.
Is there any way to encrypt this to like figure out to uncode it? Decrypt it, I mean, not encrypt.
I don't know. What do you got? Do you got any rolls or anything you can make for this?
Yeah, there you go.
Not a
Neat.
There is, for those of the two of you that had hold from the previous day, your hold is gone.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But I mean, glimpse the truth might be something that you attempt. I don't know what your individual goth move is. It's
That
the
makes-
darkness, right?
That makes sense to me because it's an investigation thing.
Oh, the glimpse the truth.
Yes, and
Yeah,
then
for sure.
it's connected to my mystical as well
Okay.
due to that. So I'll do that.
Roll glimpse the truth for me.
I lost one. Oh, 6.
So mark an experience because you failed the roll.
Failed, yeah.
And you're trying to like open whatever program you have, and as you're doing that, another message pops in, and it's that same text, but as you watch it, the chat bar at the bottom starts to grow and take over the side of your screen as the Zalgo text still runs down. And then when it hits the top of your computer, the Zalgo text continues and spills out from your screen and onto your desk and starts to come towards you.
Oh, like it's actually
It's
like
out of the computer, but it is still like text. It's like weird, like the screen is reaching out to you.
he's gonna touch it. He's just gonna be like,
You're just gonna be like, yep.
yep.
Or why
You-
not?
You touch it, and as you touch it, it feels like static electricity, like that momentary pop you get in the
Mhm.
winter, except it continues.
Oh god.
And this line of text splits into 4. And like, there's the one you're touching, and then there are 3 others next to it. And it stops, and at the very end of each of those is just a blinking cursor. Madison.
Yes.
Oh god.
All right, so the
Where's my
plane that you were supposed to take to Cabo yesterday, probably, I don't know how you feel in the moment, but probably a good thing you weren't on it since it
Yeah.
crashed. So what are you doing now?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't go to Cabo. I mean, what's good this time of the year?
Cabo.
Except for Cabo.
You live in Bloomington, Indiana. Not a whole lot.
Like anything aside from Bloomington's good. You know what? Maybe I can see if I can trade my ticket in and just go to Europe instead. Just do the whole like stereotypical European vacation post graduation thing.
All right.
Let's see if I can get a ticket to Paris.
Okay, cool. Are you gonna go to the airport and try to do that?
Yes.
Or are you just gonna pull it up on your phone?
You know what? I'll just try to pull it up on my phone.
Okay. You pull up on your phone and you get notification of an Instagram private message from Leo.
How does he know? You know what? That's a stupid question. Of course he knows my Instagram.
It's your brand.
Fucking brand.
It is my
Everybody
fucking brand.
knows.
I know, but sometimes there's people that you don't want to know. And Leo's just so clingy. Ugh. All right, let's see what this loser wants. Last time I saw him, he couldn't decide to like nut up and eat a heart.
Leo, what did your message to Madison say?
It's the copy pasted message that I sent to everybody else. Just like, are you feeling okay?
Mm. Okay.
Maybe like,
You know what?
do you remember anything from yesterday?
I don't want to talk about it with him. So, remind me when you get an Instagram notification, because I have not been on my personal Instagram in a while.
Jesus.
Does it show whether or not the person has seen the message, like it does on Twitter, Facebook, and other social media sites?
I think so.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
I'll just leave it at that.
Leave me on red.
You
Yeah,
can.
but this is more than you expected, Leo. You're like, whoa.
She actually read it. Yeah.
Fun fact: you can read it and then like swipe a little bit and like then click unread. So I'm just saying. So you have to open it to actually read the text, and then you. Anyway, I don't know if she would do that.
Seems so. Yeah. Okay. So here's what's gonna do it. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna wait like about a minute or so,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna click the unread.
All right.
I do that all the time.
We're gonna have a talk.
I don't use Instagram.
I need to get back on Instagram. Start
s-
posting pictures
so,
of cats.
So you have that message. Odell and Soren, did either of you message Madison at all?
I would have. Aren't I like? I'm seeing 4 text box right now.
You got the 4 lines of code, yeah. So, but I mean, Odell, I feel like you're just trying to duck the fuck out.
I wouldn't message Madison.
Okay.
Might message Soren.
Are you gonna initiate it or?
You know, yeah. Just kind of going. You know, things have gotten too weird around here, and my plan. My plan was always to get out of Dodge. My bus ticket's no good. I'm gonna be hitchhiking.
Soren, this message pops up in one of your standard text windows, and you're a little surprised to see it, but not completely surprised. But you still have your finger on the text, and so you're looking, and then you look down, and the furthest line off to the side, the cursor spells out the message that you have on your computer, and then highlights all of it, deletes it, and it just says, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. And it spills off of your desk onto the floor. And when the text hits the floor, it splashes out and the words just melt into nothingness.
He's just gonna. He's like, this is cool. Whatever's going on, but is there any way he can actually respond to the message? Like, can he like?
The text box is open on your window.
Okay.
The one for Odell, like it's there.
Okay. He's gonna. He's starting to kind of, I don't know, connect the dots here. This makes sense to me in my head. So, like, this seems like connected to her.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he's gonna respond on the thing and just like, I know you want to leave, but I think you should stay a little bit longer, just until I get more information on what happened from yesterday.
And Dill's just like responds is just like, I have been planning this This is going to mess things up if I stay.
He's, as that, I'm assuming, pops up, he's gonna look over at the other one. What's that say?
Oh, the one on the desk.
Yeah.
All of the highlighted text like disappears, and you watch as the blinking cursor is back, and it starts to slowly reseed into the computer screen. Leo, you see the read receipt on your message, and before the shock can like go away that Madison actually fucking read your message, the read receipt leaves. And you're like, maybe it's just a glitch, that's fine. And then Madison, you're still looking at your phone as well. And Madison, on your screen, your phone starts typing a message to Leo. And Leo's got the like dots, like a message is being typed, and Leo's like,
The fuck?
and
Leo's
you're
like,
"What
sorry,
the-"
it's like,
So like from across town, this is happening, and the message that Madison you watch appear as if you had sent it, and Leo you watch appear in your chat with Madison just says, it's got the Zalgo text again, and it's 3 hearts, the heart emojis covered in Zalgo text, and the 4th one is like stuttering, and it's like it's there, but it's like it's not loading properly, and your computer keeps trying to load this thing. And also that one doesn't have any of the Zalgo text on it. The rest of the other 3 are just the fully represented emojis, and just the Zalgo text slowly, like, it's stopped for now, so it's not loading any further, but that's it.
I send the classic triple question mark back.
I'm gonna go ahead and put that as the good boy count for the
Good
game
boy.
because that's so.
it is.
That is a
It
good
is.
boy thing to do.
It's perfect. Oh my gosh.
It's quintessential Leo.
I don't. What? That's what you do. This is what I get for playing myself. Anyway. But yeah, I did have a plan. There's something I want to do after this text happens, but yeah.
Did you
So-
message Soren as well, by the way? When you said you messaged, okay.
Yeah, I eventually messaged everybody as I'm like typing to everybody. Does the text react when I send my question marks?
The 3 question marks drop in on the other side of the screen, Madison, and all 3 of them just appear fine. There's none of the dripping weird text. There's just that. But that one heart emoji is still like not entirely represented on the screen. And then you watch as the first heart emoji, the Zalgo text like abruptly leaves its own text bubble and turns to connects to the text bubble with 3 question marks in it.
I'm going to type back to him, or try to type back to him. I didn't send that.
So you send that, and the text bubble pops up, and you watch on your screen as the second heart, the Zalgo text, reaches down and connects with that bubble.
Okay.
And Leo, on your screen, there's the text bubble that pops up, and it says, I didn't text that?
I didn't send that.
Yeah, it says, I didn't send that. And then another one pops up that says, I didn't send that. And then another one pops up that says, I didn't send that. And then another one pops up that says, I didn't send this. I didn't send this. I didn't send this. I didn't send this. And it just keeps going. But you watch as they keep going, the text bubbles start to just like coalesce. The timestamp is just like continually moving on the text bubble.
I'm gonna type "hey" in real quick to see if it stops.
It stops just long enough for the Zalgo text that was up at your original message on Madison's screen to reach down and touch that one and connect it. And then on your screen, Leo, it says "hey," and then the very next text is, "You didn't send that. I sent that."
I'm gonna try to quickly respond after and say, I'm heading back to school to check out where we were, and I hit send, and I want to basically do that to everybody else's message. Like, I don't know what's been happening. Weird stuff's going on. I'm going back to see what's going on. You can show up if you want. And I'm like, basically that message is what I'm gonna DM to everybody.
Okay.
And I'm gonna like glance back at my computer and uncharacteristically like turn it off. And I'm gonna like change clothes into, I don't know, something, the old blue jeans, long sleeve white shirt, sweater vest. And I'm gonna like get my parents and be like, hey, some like, friends wanted to go meet at school. I'll see you later. And I don't know. Sure, I assume I have some like beater car. But yeah, I'm gonna go get on my way to go check out where we were last.
Okay. So your message that says, "Hey, I'm gonna go back to the school and try to understand what's happening. If you guys want to meet up, like that's where I'll be. I think we should probably do this together." And those messages, Leo, you send them through, and all of them go through, and it stops anything that was happening. So you're able to be like, okay, and then kind of like close your phone and leave, right? Yes, yes, yes. Joel does.
That's so cool. Sorry, I had a moment of that was really cool.
So Madison, you get that message from Leo, and again, the Zalgo text reaches and touches the other one, but it seems to stop the conversation as far as the text window goes. And then another text window pops up as if you had sent it, and it's just a blinking cursor and a question mark. Soren, you still have the 4 lines of Zalgo on your desk, the one that is slowly receding into the computer, and one of them is like fully reached out and is like, you're typing and it's coming off of the desk and branching out into all of your fingers so that everything you're typing is coming out and touching you as you're typing it.
That's sexy. All right.
And then Odell, you get the message from Leo, and directly next to it, there is a text that drops in as if you had sent it, and it's 3 heart emojis, and then immediately under it, another heart emoji that's kind of like glitching out and a question mark.
It's like the what?
I had 4, right?
Yours were all in a row, and there was the last one.
The last one was also for me?
Okay. And that's the one that the text is slowly receding back up into the screen. And Odell has 3 that are together, and then 1 in a different text window that's glitching with the question mark, and the question mark is not glitching.
Yeah, but more importantly, Leo has said that he's going back to the school to try and figure things out alone.
Yeah.
And the fool's probably going to get himself killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn it.
Leo.
Chaotic good.
It's just like, Leo, why did you have to be dumb? I can't feel good about leaving now.
Aw.
Same. Oh my gosh.
Are the remaining three of you who received a message from Leo, are all of you considering going to the school?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Real quick,
Yeah.
do I have, I mean, I know Leo has connections to everyone. Can I find ways to make a group chat through my special ways of being smart and
Like
tech?
through some messaging program that just the four of you have access to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Soren would like you to join WhatsApp.
I will say yes, but not right now.
Okay.
Right now, you're kind of like the idea has popped in, and you're like, save that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, things are happening, and those are more important than creating a like private text message with people I'm already currently talking to.
Well, I'm not talking to Mads.
Mm-hmm.
So, recap. My heart situation, I had 3 and like 1 blurry fourth.
Yep.
Okay.
I think eventually all of you ended up with a text window that had three hearts and a fourth one that was glitching out. Odell had 3 hearts in a separate text window and a fourth one that was glitching out with a question mark.
Mine was leaking out.
Yes, but you still had the hearts, right?
Okay, so 3 hearts, 1 glitching, and it's leaking out from that last.
All of them are leaking out.
Okay.
That leak is receding into the glitching one though.
I think and mine are all glitching, right?
Just the last one.
Just the last one.
Just number
Okay.
4. The other 3 are pretty strong.
Huh.
Remind me to write that down because my brain can't comprehend it at this moment.
It's fine. I got it.
I believe I know what it represents.
Yeah.
Idea, but I don't know.
That's I got 4 hearts.
I love you too.
Okay. So Leo, you have sent the message, and you're like, everything is good, I guess, and you
Yeah.
left.
It was like, I'm gonna go check it out. You can come if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be some guilty thing. Like, I'd appreciate the help, but I'm gonna go and figure it out.
Yeah, which makes sense. I'm guilting you into being a good person.
Yeah.
I didn't initially mean the guilt, but I liked the
It's
MO.
there.
So
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm gonna.
You're just like, the guilt probably won't work on Dell, and
that's true.
in reality, it works on Dell a lot.
A lot. So all of you roll me a single d6 with no modifiers.
Well, I want to send a quick message to Leo, like, hold up, I'm heading there too.
Okay, that's fine. Still roll a d6.
I know. I'm just saying that.
It probably dings on my phone while I'm like plugging in my phone to get like the right song before I leave.
Oh.
I see a 5 for Leo, a 2 for Madison, a 1 for Soren, and
6.
ooh, a 6 for Dell. Okay, Leo, what song do you pull up?
Blinding Lights by The Weeknd.
Okay, I'm gonna go listen to this and add it to our playlist. So there we go. So Leo, you show up, and the Odell has beaten you there.
And is glaring at you.
Yeah, and that's happening. And then shortly after you arrive, Leo, Madison shows up, and then like 5-10 minutes after, Soren arrives.
Out of curiosity, was I able to like get like untouch the leakingness?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Once you moved away for the computer and like got up to leave, you looked back and it was all just your standard computer setup.
Interesting. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
So so first there's a few minutes where Odell and Leo are alone. I'm assuming you meet back around the flagpole.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a touch point. Do you two say anything to each otell is clearly not happy.
You are an idiot.
Yes. This is true.
You could die. You are an idiot.
I could also not die, because I have no idea what's going on. You didn't have to come, but you showed up anyway.
I don't know why I care about you dying or not, but evidently that's the case. I was about to get out of town. I was this close.
You know, I don't blame you. I think this whole loner thing, it works. But I just think there's too many questions to leave unanswered. Uh, but and then I like give you a pat on the arm. I think we both know something weird's going on, and at least both of us can figure it out. Because
Yeah,
the
well,
the other two aren't
hopefully,
here, so
hopefully we can do it fast and I can still get out of town and get on with my life, such as it is.
And that's when Madison pulls up.
in a much nicer car.
Speeding in, like, as one does,
As
make an
one,
entrance.
uh-huh.
As one makes an entrance. Get out of my car, slam the door, hold up my phone, and shout to Leo, "What the fuck did you do to my phone?" Because he's like, I had contacted him, and it makes sense to me
Mhm.
that,
You think it's a virus?
yeah.
Before like Madison shows up, I'm like, look, we'll figure it out when you get your first opportunity to break off. That's cool with me. And then with Madison, I'm like, look, I got no idea. Weird stuff happened on my end. Because I don't know. Your text back initially was a little surprising, so I kind of figured something was up. But you know, I have no answers, only questions.
Okay.
All right, and then Soren rolls in on some inexplicable fog.
We just like I turned back to look at
Trench coat
Dell,
on.
and like Soren's just boom there, Batman appearance.
Yeah, trench coat's on. He's like somehow inexplicably his makeup's like perfect already.
That makes perfect sense, actually.
I mean, yeah. 5-10 minutes, that's why.
Yeah. Yeah, so you roll up.
Shoot. So he's gonna just like make sure everyone's here, I guess. And just like look at Leo, then Odell. I didn't think you'd actually come, or well, all of you, I guess. I just said I was meeting up. And
Like-
then he kind of looks at everyone. Has anyone had some weird technical difficulties with their computers, cell phones, whatever?
I thrust my phone in your face.
I definitely just take it from you. Just fucking look.
And you look and you scroll back through the messages and like there's the Zalgo text, but like nothing is moving, and you get to the bottom and you can see the heart emojis, and all 4 of them are full. The last one is not glitching anymore. And you pull out your own phone and it's exactly the same.
Sorry, I'm having a moment with my dog here.
Yeah, it's like in response, I'm pulling out my phone and taking a look at it.
And it has, as you look at your phone, it has the 3 hearts in one text bubble, and then under it, there's the one that's glitching out with the question mark. And as you watch, the glitching slows, and it just becomes a regular emoji, and a cursor appears and backspaces over the question mark, and then backspaces one more time over that heart, and as it disappears, it reappears in the text bubble up top.
The fuck?
So
Did you share that moment with us as you're watching?
No. It's just like you just hear the exclamation, and Dill's just like, I didn't think you could edit messages.
I mean,
As you think that, and Soren, you're about to be like,
actually,
let me tell you the thing. Like all of you feel each other's heartbeats and they sync up, and you can
Ooh.
feel it. You can feel it in yourself, but you can also feel it happening in everyone else. And all of you currently have like your phones. Soren, you hand Madison's back,
Mhm.
and as you watch, every program closes out on your phone to the heartbeat, like it goes in waves, and then it goes to your home screen, and a new a new app drops on, and you watch as each of your hearts beat, and a new heart appears, and it's just an app that has 4 hearts.
I rummage in my car real fast. True personal story. I open the glove box and get out a box of granola bars. I'm like, look, uh, better than hearts. Is anybody still hungry? I'm still hungry, and I like take it's the chocolate peanut butter Nature Valley granola bars,
Oh.
and I just like open the box, set it on my car, and I just like take one out, and I noticed that I have a granola bar. Everyone else has their phones, so I like granola bar and phone, and just kind of like figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm. And so you're all looking at your phone, and Leo, you pull yours out last, and you watch the stuff happen, and then you all like kind of look up at each other, and as you do, like the flashlight on the back of your phone turns on and like narrows into a small red beam and shoots out into the middle, and they all meet in the middle, and all of you have a moment of pure connection, and all of you are flooded with this sensation of simultaneously being yourself and also not being yourself at any given moment. And you go through an entire host of emotions. And for the briefest second, each of you knows exactly how the other person feels. And then the beam disconnects, goes back into your phone, and the app auto opens, and there's an entire menu of magical girl options available to you.
What?
And now, if you'd all pick up your books or open your PDFs, now you can form your magical girl powers.
Oh my god.
So there are 2 choices that await each of you. The main ones is 1, your magical archetype, which defines the type of person you are, and then 2 is your individualized, I think it's called your mystical connection, which is essentially your element. And the elements are kind of the standard ones like fire, water, air, but those are also emotions and like dark elements and things.
What's the page number, real fast?
Let me find. Magical archetype starts on page 29, and that's probably the one you want to choose first, especially if the 4 of you care about like somehow having a semi-rounded role of a roster of teams.
None of us are athletic or have physical, so I've already
No,
big into
This
that.
is magic girl. This is magic girl stuff.
Yeah,
You can transform entirely into a different person than like how you look.
So
So-
yeah, the thing about
Yeah.
the magical archetypes is there's like 1, 2, 3, 5 of them. There's only 5 of them. And you'll end up with a move from your magical archetype, and then there's like a bunch of the mystical connections, and you get a move from that as well. And usually the mystical connection is where you're like gonna get your special weapon if you have one. So like if you have fire, you can get a fire sword and stuff like that. So yeah, what we can do now is I will present it all to you as a choice. We can continue having the character building portion on Twitch if you want, or we can end today's session and do it in private and then reveal it during the next episode.
I kind of
Ooh.
want to do it in private and then reveal it.
Yeah, keep people
Okay.
in suspense.
2 for private. L and Joel, private or public?
I don't really mind. I do want to figure it out. I need help.
So let's do private. Joel, you could with private.
Yeah, that was actually my vote. I was just forcing someone to go before me. Is there any other stuff that we could do or talk about, or this just makes sense? Like, we'll pause here, and then
Before we pause, because I think as far as your guys' characters go, we need to do this before we can continue the story forward.
Mhm.
I will say, while that's happening, the building standing behind you, looming over you, this giant 2-story monstrosity. I know 2-story doesn't feel huge, but I grew up in a single hallway high school, so it's big. Looking out from his office window,
Oh no.
Principal Nemo stares down at the 4 of you, sees the light, watches it recede into your phones, has a coffee mug, wipes a little bit of the blood off of his cheek and goes, "Well, fuck. This complicates matters." And a voice from behind him, the woman from before, says, "I think it probably makes him a little bit more fun, but then again, I'm the one watching." End scene.
all right,
I love it.
cool.
Thanks everyone for playing session 1. I hope anyone who watches this at any point in time is doing the same thing all my players are and going like, what the fuck is happening? But yeah, life stuff permitting, we'll meet back here 2 weeks from now. So what's that? The 13th, Saturday the 13th. Oh boy, 13. But yeah, end today's session a little bit early so that we can wrap up some of the character building stuff in private. Yeah, this was good. I'm so excited for how fucked all of you are gonna be.
I want to be.
Excited for this. Yes.
I tripped over that chair and I'm like,
Well, that's it. I'm dead.
yeah.
This is it. This is how my
I mean,
character does.
My character got
First
engulfed.
section.
I was like, my character could be dead. In fact, my character still has an injury. So
That it was 1 damage, right?
1 damage, yeah.
Yeah, that you rested over the night. That just healed.
Okay. All right.
This time. So,
Good to know. I will.
mhm.
It's awesome.
All right.
All right. Well, I'm pumped for 2 weeks from now. Or well,
Yay.
yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
All right.
All right.
Well, this was really cool. Thanks for running session 1. It did not go how I planned when I was making the overlay, but you know, I'll have to update some stuff.
No, I love
No,
the
no, no,
overlay.
no, you
It's
gotta keep
fucking
it.
Great.
It's perfect.
The overlay is so good.
Yeah, I just well, I need to find a spot for like warnings or whatever because
Okay.
I thought it was gonna be fun and sparkly.
Warnings would be nice.
And
Yes, okay.
I'm like, suddenly dark pink. So
I think leaving it the light pink is an aesthetic choice that I can fully get behind.
Yeah, I think it like fits the whole magical girl thing where like Madoka is like she's all cute as all get out, but like
Don't spoil it for anyone that might be watching at home.
it's fun.
Madoka's great if you Madoka's fantastic, but also like, oh god.
Also, magical girl raising project is
I'm gonna watch that one next, yes. But okay, I think we're good to stop the stream for now. Bye everyone.
Bye.
Yeah, actually,
Soren signing off.
let me find out if there's anybody else streaming because I forgot I can read people.
Oh
Yay.
yeah. Let's do
seeing anybody on.
It's like I'm gonna actually duck out
Fine.
since somebody was trying to contact me during the stream. I want to see what that was about.
It's probably a good idea.
All
Okay.
right. Let me just figure out who's still doing stuff.
So it links to another person.
Yeah.
That's how you do raids.
Cool.
Raids are dope.
I got. Looks like one person in mind. I could do that.
Who are we rating?
Let's see. As far as magic people, there's Jamie Topples and there's Amazonian. Otherwise, I think that's the plan. None of my other friends are streaming at the moment, so.
I mean, it's 3 p.m. on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Seeing
Or a Saturday. It's Saturday.
Quad
Shit.
Nines is Quad Nines, is that a suggestion? Ellie of the Veil?
Oh, is she? I am not following Ellie. But
What?
That's a cool name.
I know nothing. So be delightfully surprised.
Milo, you're okay.
Oh yeah, I got you. For sure. Let's do that. Playing Hades. All right.
Gay shit friender.
Ooh, Hades!
Yeah. So thanks for hanging out and watching this interesting thing. We're gonna go over there, say something nice about Ellie. And also, Hades is a very thirsty game, so you should play that too.
Very good.
Thirst.
But thanks for hanging out. Everybody have a good day. Wash your hands and stay safe and healthy. Bye.
Excellent.
That's cute.
Okay. To